Good morning. This morning I'm here to announce that the Fresno City Attorney's Office is opening an investigation into the allegations related to the Fresno City Council District 5 special election slated to be held on March 18th, 2025. Specifically, the focus of this investigation is whether any entities or persons violated the Political Reform Act and/or Fresno Municipal Code sections governing our local campaign finance laws. On Friday, March 7th, we received a formal complaint from the Brandon Vang campaign against an organization behind the mailers. It is clear and apparent that the mailers were targeting candidate Vang, sent out en masse to residents of District 5, mailers in an amount greater or equal to $1,000, which would trigger an automatic requirement to register these independent expenditures with the Fresno City Clerk, Todd Sturmer. I checked with the city clerk this morning, and no such disclosures have been made by the named organization. My office and I intend to move quickly and expeditiously as we do with all matters. When I assumed this position as city attorney, I vowed to make our local government and its elections more transparent to the people of the city of Fresno. The voters have a right to know under the law who is behind these mailers, so that they may make an informed decision about who they will vote for to represent the residents of Council District 5. Let me be clear. My investigation is only about the enforcement of campaign finance laws. It is not my role as city attorney to evaluate the merits and contents of the mailer itself. Any dispute about the truth or veracity of the claims contained in the mailers is a civil matter between any parties involved. I repeat, it is a civil matter between the parties involved. My only goal here today is to seek compliance with our campaign finance laws so that voters have the ability to make a fair and informed decision about who they are choosing to be their next council member. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Mr. Jans, you say that voters have a right to know. The election is just 8 days away. How long until you have answers on this? I have an attorney assigned to the team today. We are looking into it immediately. And what evidence do you have that this campaign, that this group actually went above that $1,000 threshold?
We have good information based on our initial investigation already that these mailers were sent out to hundreds of residents in the area.
How difficult will it be to track those down? I mean, they went to a UPS store, they went to a print shop here in town. What will this investigation entail?
The city attorney has subpoena power, so we will use all of our legal tools at our disposal to find out who sent them out.
Have you issued those subpoenas yet?
Not yet. We plan to do it today or tomorrow at the latest.
And how long do they have to comply?
Typically, we can expedite it. In our experience, when someone receives a subpoena like this, especially on a high-profile issue, they tend to comply without going the whole length of the subpoena process investigation.
Subpoenas are going to?
Well, number one is at least going to go to the UPS store, and if that doesn't reveal anything, we're gonna talk about maybe looking at the folks that printed the documents.
What are the consequences of this? Is it just fines? Is there any?
Again, I'll reiterate, David, that our goal here is to achieve compliance without any of those civil fines. The municipal code under section 2-1111 gives the city attorney broad authority to basically gain compliance, whether that be civil fines or fees.
Now, what happens if it turns out that the perpetrator of this either works for or has a contract with the city of Fresno?
I won't answer that hypothetical.
You got a complaint from the campaign on Friday. Were you aware of this issue before? Did you feel at all pressure to open this investigation?
No, not at all. I mean, obviously, I read some stories in the media, but there was no pressure to move forward with this investigation. It's the right thing to do. The city attorney's office is tasked with these investigations, and elections are important. So there was no pressure to conduct any type of investigation.
Will the investigation include apparently the use of a confidential document to make these accusations?
I won't get into details. That's not something that we're looking at, no.
Do you have a copy of the flyers?
I do, but it's my understanding that the Vang campaign has made them public already.
Beyond this case, are you concerned about a rise in the influence of dark money on local elections amid changing election laws?
Well, as someone who has run for public office before, it is something I am sensitive to, and Beyond that, my focus here now is on making sure that the voters know who sent these flyers out.
Now, what about the accusation, the complaint, the use of taxpayer dollars to make this a newsletter?
We're not looking at any newsletter. That has nothing to do with our investigation or the scope of this investigation. Again, this is strictly about campaign finance.
After the investigation, how would you intend to inform voters?
We will notify the voters in one form or another what happened. Again, transparency is key here in what we're doing.
In front of him, the National Association of Realtors have resolved their issue?
It sounds like they have registered as of this morning.
How long do you expect this investigation to take?
I'm hoping less than a week.
Are there any other independent expenditures that you're aware of that have not filed with your office?
This is the only one that I'm aware of. I think there are between 7 and 9 that have filed so far with the clerk's office.
Are there any other complaints you're investigating in connection with this specific special election?
No.
What types of charges is the perpetrator are they facing?
I will reiterate, this is not a criminal matter. This is a civil matter. We are trying to gain compliance. We want the persons behind these mailers to come forward and register themselves with the city so the voters know who they are.
No, it's clear that the person behind Fresno Future Forward, they've complied with part of it, by putting a disclaimer on there, but not registering with you. What do you make of that?
They have. It could be a simple error. It could be purposeful. I don't know. I think the investigation will reveal what happened.
And you'll share the results with the public?
I will. All right. Thank you all.